Greetings everyone and thank you for returning to the channel. As is always the case with you, this is Rich doing yet another video today, this time on XRP. As a result, I hope that each and every one of you is having a good day today, and regardless of where you are in this amazing globe, we are going to talk about XRP. The Chief Information Officer of Bitwise claims that the most influential people in the financial industry possess cryptocurrency. Because of the fact that a great number of people are going to become multimillionaires, you should know that the most powerful people in the world are going to start emerging from the cryptocurrency environment. In the future, there will be other people who become billionaires. A few individuals will even emerge from the cryptocurrency market as trillionaires. Over the course of time, this location is going to provide that result, and if you hold on to it for a sufficient amount of time, you can develop riches that will last generations. You should know that whenever cryptocurrency prices continue to rise, and once XRP truly reaches high figures, there will be ways for you to earn passive income, and you will be able to build wealth atop your wealth and generate further money without having to sell your cryptocurrency. In addition, that was always the scenario that I envisioned taking place once I began investing in cryptocurrency. It's not that he's wrong. The most influential people in the financial industry are investing in cryptocurrency. Because of the abrupt shift that is taking place, we are beginning to see large financial institutions and billionaires becoming more involved with cryptocurrency. This is because of the fact that a shift is finally taking place. The traditional banking system is no longer desired by the general public. What's new is what they desire. They are interested in the emerging digital financial system that is being constructed all around us. Over the course of just a few short months, we are going to witness a great deal of activity in this area. Just take a look at everything that is going to take place with Basel III ISO, which is Ripple's new stablecoin. After that, we are going to start to witness an increase in the population of CBDCs. This is not a slowing down of AI. Technology is advancing at a breakneck pace. Moreover, as it continues to develop and come into contact with blockchain technology, we are likely to witness a great number of these cryptocurrencies, specifically these ISO cryptocurrencies, beginning to demonstrate their full potential. And while that is going on, allow me to share something with you. Being an investor in cryptocurrencies is going to be a very exciting time in the future. And in that moment, a great number of individuals in this area are going to be confronted with the harsh realities of the situation. At this particular moment, everyone is saying things like, well, you're early, you're lucky. But once you start generating real money here, you are going to suddenly start to understand, wow, my patience is really starting to pay off. This realization will immediately come to you suddenly. After 24 hours, more over 400 million XRP were moved. This time around, we really have a hypothesis on the destination of all of this XRP that Ripple is transferring. This particular XRP chunk was reportedly transferred from a wallet that is associated with the Ripple blockchain juggernaut to a prominent European exchange, as stated by the BitThump XRP-centered explorer. Perhaps as a result of the platform's participation in the Ripple Payments International Money Transfer project, which is now underway. A portion of this XRP is most likely going to the BIs as well as the International Monetary Fund. As you are aware, Ripple is also expanding its operations behind the spotlight. There are a lot of announcements that we receive, and we are able to observe a lot of the growth that is taking place nevertheless. Just try to visualize all of the growth that is still taking place. That is completely unknown to us at this point. On the other hand, at least we are beginning to get a sense of what Ripple is doing with all of that XRP. In order to crack crypto at a critical mass, Mr. Mann has provided this information. The individual who is currently speaking in this video is the Vice President of Visa's Global Public Policy Department. Additionally, he is seated there alongside Eric Van Miltenberg, who is employed at Ripple. Please pay attention to what he has to say. The public sector, the fintech sphere, and some of the major companies in traditional finance have all been doing what we have been doing throughout this entire process. It appears as though a lot of things are starting to come together. What a joy it is to be here. The good news is that international payments are now considered equivalent to a topic on the agenda whenever significant conversations are taking place. As a result, I am honored to be a member of the Legal Regulatory and Supervision Task Force for Enhancing Cross-Border Payments, which is part of the Financial Stability Board. And what's really amazing about that is that we have a lot of individuals who are actually working on it. When the G20 first started it, the notion was like, wow, cross-border payments and remittances are extremely expensive, settlement is extremely slow, and it requires a lot of liquidity. What would happen if we gathered a group of individuals from various types of financial institutions that are located at various tiers in the finance stack across the world, as well as policymakers, and attempted to have some conversations about the actual locations of the frictions? Visa is working toward the goal of faster, more affordable, and more secure international payments. This is what they are aiming to accomplish. As a result of this, Visa has decided to collaborate with Ripple because they recognize the potential of the RippleNet technology and XRP to revolutionize the field of international financial transactions across borders. And as time goes on, we are going to hear more conversations like that because that is the way that we are going to move forward. SAV 121 has been the subject of backdoor negotiations that have been negotiated by Chairman Gensler's Sekov. In addition to the fact that it is not transparent, it does not in any way regulate our capital markets. In the beginning, Gary is the one who blames the idea of keeping banks away from cryptocurrency for the crash that occurred in 2008, but Mike Flood is the one who calls him out on it. Put your ears to it. On the whole, I believe that it is the appropriate accounting. In addition, off-balance sheet accounting was a contributing factor that led to the financial crisis that occurred in 2008, so just keep in mind that the situation is not a good one when individuals are attempting to conceal items and remove them from the balance sheet. Not to mention the consultations. Chairman Gensler, you talk about concealing things on the table. We are not even aware of the agreements that you are striking on sub 121 when you send a letter of no objection to a separate company. To put it another way, if we are going to discuss concealing things, then let us discuss being transparent. Let's have a conversation about how people in this nation function in accordance with our laws when your commission is engaging in backroom dealings with one-off enterprises and sending them a letter of no objection. That is not going to be the case. That is not in the best interest of the people of the United States. If you are unaware of what is going on, it is impossible for you to obey the rules. This is the genuine situation that is taking place. In order to begin the custody cryptocurrency, Gary is selecting a small number of institutions that are able to circumvent Article 121. Smaller banks that are experiencing difficulties are prevented from dealing with digital assets and cryptocurrency, and they are not permitted to compete with larger banks. In other words, they are allowed to avoid competition. Consequently, all of these smaller banks begin to fail since they are no longer able to compete with larger ones. The truth is that this is what is taking place, and the SEC is where it all begins. It's also encouraging to see that he was called out on his behavior. These backdoor agreements are also going place, since we are aware of its existence. This is the year that Democrats hope to complete the stablecoin law. Just as I mentioned, they are moving this measure for stablecoins along very quickly. It is important to them that it be put into place as quickly as possible. Are you aware of the reason? As a result of the fact that it paves the way for the establishment of a central bank digital currency in the United States, given that a stablecoin is nothing more than a stablecoin that is issued by the government of the United States. And while we're on the subject of stablecoins, let's give them a moment of respect. Tether is one example of a non-compliant stablecoin that has already begun to be removed from circulation as MECA restrictions become more widespread across Europe. These are the methods that regulators are using to ensure that the law is followed. The implementation of these new restrictions is anticipated to result in a broad clearing out of cryptocurrency businesses throughout Europe. In the event that compliance is not met, cryptocurrencies such as Tether will be delisted from key markets, which will put its business model in jeopardy and significantly reduce its market domination. This is how you should think about it. What is going to take place in the cryptocurrency industry? At this very moment, Bitcoin is on the verge of reaching yet another new all-time high. That is the outcome that everyone anticipates will take place. But what would happen if Bitcoin were to begin a significant increase in price? Alongside this, the Tether crash takes place at the same moment. There is little doubt that it will drag Bitcoin's price down along with it. It is not me who is making the statement. For years, we were aware of this. Success. A government agency is responsible for Tether. A time limit was imposed on him by the Bitcoin Maxis. Immediately, you are going to want to give this a listen. This took place at the Bitcoin 2024 event, and this individual is absolutely spot on. BlackRock is known to have made an investment of $400 million in miners. They appear to be increasing their efforts. Concerning this particular aspect, the civilian libertarian organization, ideological assault on Federal Reserve banks occurs to coincide rather regularly with the global financial institutions like the what, if anything, would happen to the price of Bitcoin if Tethered were to die tomorrow. Well, in the short term, if liquidity were to dry up, Bitcoin would be punished. We've seen this happen over and over again. They can't allow that deflation to rip through the economy, or else everyone would be living in tent city. Therefore, they are bullish on bullshit. You are absolutely correct. They need to keep it going in order to prevent that collapse. And this is precisely the reason why you find yourself seeing the creation of 1 billion Tether out of thin air. Soon after the United States implements regulations that are comparable to those of the United States, the rest of the world will implement regulations that are similar to those of the United States. As a result, Tether will